Yeah, I want to hear what you think because this is a film I grew up with. So yeah.
Yeah, well, I watched it, but honestly, I don't remember any of it except some of the fights that we've seen before
Right.
when you showed me. I'm more interested in like his character in the beginning. I thought he was kind of like it was all about the training montages and that, but it seems like it was about the personality and some of the dialogues. It was like really funny. It's like that typical really funny, but it's just them being them.
Yeah.
Heavyweight champion of the world, Apollo Creeds, at Kennedy Airport
Hey,
in
Rock.
New York.
Who'd you fight?
Spider Rico. Hey.
Is he still around?
Yeah, he's doing real good. He's doing better than you are, that's for sure. Hey, Paulie, what are you talking for? Yo, Paulie.
Come on, there had to be. I also thought that he never boxed, but he just started boxing all of a sudden.
Okay.
That's I was under the impression, but he was already a boxer beforehand.
I mean, he was a slugger, more
yeah.
so much than like you know, he was a low tier boxer, nothing big, a bum as they say.
He's like he's not punching.
That's his whole gimmick, man. He didn't have any stamina. He didn't really have any fighting power. He would just like take the hits, exert the opponent out, and then wait for his opportunity to do a bit of slugging. Yeah,
But like his coach, they made his coach seem like he didn't deserve to be his coach. He was just a douchebag.
well, it's like he says before the conflict, Mickey saw he had potential, but he also saw that Rocky chose a different route that he should have gone. You know, instead of like putting his heart and true dedication into boxing, he became a loan shark. He became a bum. He just does bar fights for money stuff, just to make a small amount of surviving more than living, so to speak. So, yeah, fair enough. When Mickey comes to him, it's like you got a lot of nerve showing your face around to Rocky after what you said to him. But like I said, I feel like that sequence when he approaches him about being a manager was really his way of apologizing without apologizing.
He's a confusing character. It's like he's trying to swindle him, but he's actually kind of honest about
He's
it.
trying to say sorry, but he can't really say. You know
He's
what
too
I mean?
up his own ass.
Yeah, that's just the way it is. You know, that was his way of apologizing and trying to help him.
It comes across like, okay, now that you've got all this kind of you're famous. Now I want to train you. It's like, come on.
Oh, I mean, I don't think Mickey did it for the fact that he was famous or a potential to be a champion. I think he really did it because, you know, as you said before, you had the chance to be a fighter, to like, you know, contend with champs, but you never took it. And now here's his chance. He's been given the chance to take it to the champion. So it's like Mickey's just trying to correct the errors that he's already experienced in his life, as he says.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just give him the tools to, you know, do the job properly instead of make a fool of himself, because that was the ground for Rocky throughout this whole film. He was given a chance at the title, but he felt like he was being put on strings. That he was just going to be what they call them, a pinata for Apollo to beat on. So he didn't care if he won or lose. Like he says, he just wanted to see if he had the chance, the skill, or the heart to actually go with the champion, and he does. And what I love about it, they could have easily had it that he won the end, you know what I mean? But he didn't. He didn't even win the fight. But it didn't matter.
No, at all.
Because he won himself, really, his self-respect, and he proved to himself that he wasn't just a bum, so to speak. And that was what was more important than saying, hey, I beat the champ.
Yeah, that's what I said in the very beginning. Is I just want to be something. You know?
Yeah.
That scene where they're like, "Would you like to fight Apollo Creed?" Up to that whole, he seemed very kind of confident in a sense throughout the whole beginning. But then that scene where he's like, "Oh no," it's like all of a sudden he's got all these insecurities and that you start to see more of. I guess he shows a little bit of insecurity in the start, like he's very nervous to talk to a girl and stuff like that. But I thought like Rocky would be like, "Yeah, let's do it." But no, he's like, "Oh no," it's a bit like kind of above his level sort of thing. I don't know why he would have. Was it just nerves or he had self-doubt?
Well, I see it as you see a confident side of him because that's the world he lives in, right? This is his situation and this is his Monday to Friday kind of routine. So it's kind of like asking you, being really good at football, how would you like to play soccer? You know, it's
Yeah.
like, oh, you're asking me to do this to go up to the next tier level. You know, like at first, of course, like all of a sudden realization, holy crap, you know, there's this giant mountain I'm gonna have to climb now to reach that kind of next tier, and it's something that he never really expected himself to get. You know, and that's the problem. He settled himself for a lower type of living as opposed to climbing to a higher tier, like what Mickey says. Like you had the potential of climbing higher, but you just chose to settle in this like mundane kind of tier.
Puerto Rico.
He's a bum.
You think everybody I fight is a bum?
Well, ain't they? You got heart, but you fight like a goddamn ape. Nothing special about you. You never got your nose busted. Well, leave it that way. Now shoot pretty and what's left of your mind.
Yeah, which is kind of a self-confidence thing. Like, he doesn't really want to move up in ranks because he doesn't think he'll make it. So he'll just continue bar fights and making, what, $14 a fight.
Yeah, well, $40.50 beating Spider Rico, which I'm guessing in today's standards have to be like, you know, 3 to 4 digits, but still $40.50, man, far out.
There were a couple of characters in this movie that you only see once or twice, and then they're like not mentioned again.
True.
Like in the car with the guy's like, oh, you know, he's arguing with the guy in the car.
Take it to the zoo, yeah.
Hey, she's retarded.
She ain't retarded, she's shy, you know?
Tell you what to do. Take her to the zoo. I hear retards like the zoo.
Hey, this bum gotta say that.
All right, back it up, buddy.
I'm calling
Back it
you
up.
a bum.
Okay, relax. Buddy's in a bad mood. It's his prostate.
Oh, he's always in a bad mood. You know you ought to count your blessings, buddy. You're still a healthy person, you know that?
I thought that was going to go somewhere, and also that, I mean, I guess that little girl that he helped, you never see her again. It was just
True.
kind of, I guess it was character building for the sense of it, which is kind of different how they do films now. I feel like every loose end needs to be like tied up. Would they do stuff like that where they'll show a character once or twice and whoop, never again, and not explain? Or they do it badly where it's like, what happened to that guy?
Well, I mean, I suppose in the sense of this film, they introduced those characters to show how they reinforce Rocky. You know, you got the guy that's insulting Adrian all the time, like saying that she's like retarded and all that stuff. He's in there to show how Rocky responds to that. You know, he's more offended when someone's insulted Adrian than someone's insulted himself.
Yeah.
You know, and then when you got the character of the little girl that he's just trying to get out of a poor negative situation, like suppose again it kind of reinforces the fact that he's got all this self-knowledge that he's willing to share with those in his community, but at the end of the sense he's still a nobody, so they don't really respect him in that sense.
Yeah.
But then again, you see him walking around the streets and everybody's like, yo, Rocky, what up? Everyone knows him. He's got some kind of reputation around them.
Yeah.
So I agree. There's some loose ends that they didn't really tie up, and that was probably because of the fact that this was an extremely low budget film, and made a killing afterwards because as we know, there's like been 5 sequels and all that stuff. So I can't. It's probably a question for Sylvester Stallone if it was intention to have those kind of characters just pop in it and never show again, or if it was just a time restraint, money restraint, whatever restraint.
Yeah, and that Italian Jewish guy, I thought he'll be a bit more into it. Like he places a big bet or something like that.
Oh, the one at the very beginning. Yeah.
But no, it was a very pure movie. It was just about Rocky, Adrian, and I think his friends. It was those 3.
Yeah.
And like Apollo was there, but he was there as the anchor for the end of the movie.
Yeah, the wall that he had to climb, so to speak.
Yeah, that training montage was shorter than I remember. I thought I remembered like him doing chin-ups and stuff like that. Maybe in the second and third
You're
one.
probably thinking of other films, man.
Other films?
They basically one up the montages with every next film. I think Rocky 4, for example, I think a good half of the film was just nothing but montages.
Because everyone wanted, because they knew what kind of stuck from the first movie, and the montages was like,
They became more a gimmick than an actual film eventually, but they're still loved by the audience, and even me, I got a guilty pleasure for even the most silly of the Rockies, which was Rocky 4, because of like the antagonist in it, even though it's a complete different film.
The Russian dude, or was that the third one?
The Russian dude.
Yeah, he was sick.
The third one was Mr. T, who is probably the shortest of all the films, but still a great villain, quote unquote antagonist. But yeah, we'll talk about those films if we ever do get to them. But yeah, no, I love this film, and honestly, my absolute favorite of all of them is Rocky 2.
Ah,
Yeah, a lot of people don't really say that, but I feel like in the later years they're starting to realize, hey, you know what? It's not bad, because we'll talk about it when we get to it. But
we can talk about it a little bit.
nah, it's okay. We'll talk about this one. Still good. But yeah, I just love how, like you said, the pure of heart the film is, and they would not make a film like this anymore. It would be very short and abbreviated. They would want to get to the action as quick as possible, or like work around it. There'd be multiple fights throughout it to keep the audience entertained.
And then there'll be like some sort of conspiracy to like this guy's getting injured. He's like purposely getting poisoned or something like that. There always has to be something else. So a guy has mercury in his gloves.
Yo, Mick, why are my gloves so heavy?
Yeah.
Forget about it.
I mean, you've seen the Creed movies. Didn't they do that in the Creed movie? Well, they put, that was maybe a different movie. They cheated. They put like mercury on the gloves and then punched the hell out of the guy.
That never happened in Creed, but I know it happened in real life against Muhammad Ali when he fought Ken Norton.
Yeah,
it wasn't mercury, but he put like this like swab on Ken Norton's glove, so when he jabbed him, it got into Muhammad Ali's eyes, and it basically blinded him.
Oh,
and for like 2 rounds, you thought, "Oh crap, Ali's gonna go down," but then finally it cleared, and he easily beat Norton after that. But that could have been potential.
Chili powder.
Oh, yeah, whatever.
Ghost pepper. Yeah.
Freaking hay fever.
No, I mean, I remember this movie, like, just it inspired everyone to work out in that.
Generations, even today, man, it's still the staple of the underdog taking a chance, you know, and like, yeah, it's still an incredibly inspiring film. It doesn't have to be sport related. It's just anything in your life, you know, just take that chance and just go for it. You don't have to like achieve the perfect outcome, but knowing that you took that chance and you went there and you went the distance. That's the whole theme of this film. It's just going the distance with whatever you're choosing to do in your life. It's better to walk away with it from it saying that you didn't do it. It's better to say that you did do it. You tried, whether or not you failed or not. You're not a failure if you tried, so to speak. And I think that's the staple of this movie is. And from this became a whole era of sport films, man. Like this like was how do you explain it? This was the Game of Thrones of its time. From Game of Thrones came a lot of medieval epics. No, I'm wrong. Lord of the Rings. This was the Lord of the Rings of its time.
Yeah.
From Lord of the Rings and from this came a lot of
kind of fantasy, sword fighting.
Exactly. Big medieval epics. A lot of sport epics came from this, man. Not just from boxing, but a whole plateau of sports. You know, like, of course, you got Bloodsport from Jean-Claude Van Damme. Bunch of other parodies of boxing films, especially football and soccer films, England-inspired movies, man. It was just like, it took a whole transitional change in cinema. Because up to this point, your particular film that you'll find in the cinemas was your, I guess, cops and your robbers kind of dramas and your mobsters type of films. This took cinema in a different direction. And as the monopoly that Sylvester Stallone made for himself from this franchise holds strong today, man.
Here you go.
So this is his first acting role?
Here you go.
There was always
It's pretty good for like
man,
a nobody.
Like, I mean, he's done like theater training and all this stuff, but like official movie. I don't know if it's true or not, but there was always the rumors that he did a few pornos before this just to get by.
Oh yeah.
Whether they're true or not, I'm not sure. Maybe a few TV cameo roles, not cameo because he was nobody.
Yeah.
But this was his first official chance and breakthrough out of like a motion picture.
Yeah.
You saw the poster. You gotta remember too, this movie was like a very, very slim budget. You know what I mean? But I feel like it is like a travel agent for like Philadelphia if you're ever interested. Some of these iconic shots, especially with the train systems. 40 years ago, this film came out, man. What a legacy.
Yeah, the way they treat like addiction in this, they don't really mention it. These days, it would be a big thing that he's a drinker, and you probably have to go to counseling and that.
Talk about Paulie.
Huh?
Talk about Paulie.
No, Rocky even.
Oh.
Or anyone. Like, I like it in this. It's like, oh, it'll make your teeth yellow. He just throws it down and that's
Oh
it.
yeah.
And then he's like, oh, don't drink, Rocky. It's not good for you. He's like, he just puts it on the side. Never think about it again. These days, you'd have to have a whole mental psych evaluation
Yeah.
on the character.
Can't get off it, man.
I just can't stop it, man. I got like anxiety and but no, they don't. He's like, all right, stop. I'll just stop.
Okay.
I want to make a suggestion. Don't drink that piss before a fight. No good for you. You don't mind my saying. Anyway, when I started this racket, thugs like us, we was treated like dolls for 10 bucks.
No problem.
Yeah, but yeah, these days everything has to be freaking impossible to do. So that training camp was 5 weeks. I think they said that's
5 weeks.
These days it's like 3 months.
Yeah.
5 weeks is a short period.
I don't know. Yeah. And like the story wise, yeah, it took place only, I guess, a month or two, because the beginning of the film started on 25th of November, 1975. And then Thanksgiving. When's Thanksgiving? For America?
July
No,
4? No, that's in July 4th.
4th of July.
No, that's something that's like
that's
fireworks.
that's literally the 4th of July. Thanksgiving, I think, was January.
Or yeah.
But generally, this movie takes time wise is like a whole month, but it feels like a lot larger of a film than just a month storytelling. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But I don't know. That's just testament to how good a transition of a montage works. What do you think of the character Paulie?
Paulie, that was a sister?
Brother.
A brother? Is he the one that you said he deserves an Oscar?
No, that was Mickey.
That was Mickey, but Mickey was barely in it, right?
True. Here comes Burgess Meredith. He should have got an Oscar for this performance.
You did real good last night.
Absolutely, should have seen me.
Don't you think you ought to take a rest?
No, my back is hurt.
Your back?
My back is hurt. You deaf?
I'm short.
That's true, but every scene he's in, man, I just love. Especially that one when he confronts him in his room, in his house.
Paulie, I kind of see Paulie like, that's just kind of how they were back then. He was kind of abusive in that, but he wasn't really physically abusive. I don't know, it's a great line with Paulie.
Yeah, it is.
He's a guy that was like really struggling to like want to be something as well. And Rocky was kind of taking the starlight, but not really. Rocky was like, "Go, just use my name, whatever." He's almost like a user, and he didn't appreciate anything.
Yeah, it's weird. He's a very convoluted character. A lot of people, even to this day, are still mixed about whether they like him or not. Because
I liked him in the beginning, and then he started getting a bit like very to himself, very selfish.
Yeah,
selfish intent in that. But at the same time, like he helps Rocky a lot. You know,
he does.
He lets him punch the freaking meat.
He does have good intentions, but I don't know. It's like, I think it's the alcoholism, because he does drink a lot. It's like that split side of him where he does become more verbally bitter, especially towards his sister and all that. So it's like, it's a fine line whether I like you, Paulie, or whether I don't like you. It's like,
yeah, it's like 70s version. Like, should I think about it in today's standards or back then standards? Because it's hard to like.
Exactly.
But whenever I kind of have a rule of thumb, I always think about the standards of when it was made. In that time, it seemed like a very normal thing. Like,
yeah,
like mental health wasn't a thing back then.
Yeah,
it was basically just alcoholism, and you just, oh come on, you're just being a bit of a bum.
Yeah, and
stop being a bum.
Exactly right. And even talking about staples of that time, the whole first date with Rocky and Adrian, like we were talking about it before, it could very easily look like someone who was basically forcing Adrian into this kind of scenario of forcing her into sex and all this stuff. You know, it's all those weird, awkward.
Bro, I've seen.
Come on, sit by the couch. You know, take your glasses off, take your hat off. You know, make yourself comfortable. It's just, it can rub off very awkward, but. I mean, I guess I'm biased because it's Rocky. We know Rocky's a good guy at heart, but like, I always saw it as Rocky knew Adrian was more than just a shy shell of a person, and he was just trying to encourage her out of it a little bit, just to be more confident in herself, to be more happy with who she is, with her appearance and all that stuff. Not seeing herself as a loser, and that abuse does come from Paulie. always bringing her down, always saying that she's worthless
Yeah.
when she isn't. And we see an immediate change in her personality straight after their first date. You know, she does become more encouraging. She does become more open. She stands up to Polly finally, and it feels like it was the first time she's ever done that. You know, so it's yeah.
I saw it on YouTube. There's these teens react,
Mhm.
and I saw him. I forgot which movie it was, but it was teens react to a film scene of a movie. It was like maybe an old 80s or 90s film,
Mhm.
and they're like, "Oh man, he's so." Oh, I wish I knew what the film was, but we knew the kind of who the character. If you've watched the film, you know who the character is, and he's like a good person. But these teenagers are saying, "Oh, he's so too over masculine. He's like a narcissist." They're putting all these labels on him, like he's a bad guy. He needs to go to jail.
Oh,
or something like
wow.
that. It's like no, he's just kind of the times.
Yeah.
Like they don't get it. So like I like to see them. I like to see them review this movie and be
Yeah.
like, Rocky. Oh my god, why did you? He should have been cancelled.
He's a rapist.
You should have been cancelled. Yeah.
Oh man. God, I hope it doesn't ever get to that.
I mean, should we do a rating for the film?
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, it's a rating. I'll go. I'll go a 9 out of 10. Honestly, I mean, yeah, I don't know why. It's just a 9.
For sure.
It could have been. What could have been better about it? I'm just thinking. It's hard though because it's like the first of its kind sort of thing. So
And it's got the template again of it being a low budget film, but let's just say scenario wise, if it had a bigger budget, what would you expect it out of it?
nothing. I don't see how a bigger budget would have done anything, except for getting more press conferences where you have more people there.
More spectacle.
Hey, yeah, good.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. We're
almost done.
We're almost done. Yeah, we're still doing our thing.
Okay.
Oh, all right, night.
Have a good one. Good time.
Yeah, I'm thinking what could have been better. Honestly, I don't know why I'm not giving it 10, but yeah, I'll just give it a 9. Well, what do you reckon?
I would give it an 8.
Yeah.
Nothing negative. It's a byproduct of this time with a low budget, and the studio at the time also didn't have 100% trust in Stallone making a smash hit. All right, they had Carl Weathers on board. Carl Weathers was a big name back then, but he wasn't a big actor name. Like he was more known for his sports and all that. So in terms of draw cards, Carl Weathers was the big thing. I would have liked the final fight to be a bit more fleshed out with better sound design. We do get that in Rocky 2.
That's a good point. That's probably where I would have gone to. Is the final fight was a little undercooked in a sense. Like you see professional fighters fight, that's not how they look like. But at the same time, there's a charm to this movie.
Yeah.
How they fight. It's more theatrical.
Exactly.
But it's more like it's not about the technique. It's about every time he gets punched, he punches back. It's like telling a story in the fight, and that's what it did.
Exactly.
But I
right.
agree. The fight could have been. I guess actually the fight could have been a bit longer.
Mm.
Maybe an extra 5-10 minutes longer, and kind of fleshed out some of the moments between Apollo Creed and Rocky, and them they could have had a bit more back and forth with each other.
A bit jive, yeah.
And the end of the movie, maybe if they like kind of put each other's hand up or something like that, and they both like really appreciated each other. They didn't. It's like the fight went over. He's in his corner. And Rocky's in his corner, and they kind of ignore each other at the end there, which I wish there was a little bit more
respect of some sort. Yeah,
cathartic moment between them two. But yeah,
no, I agree. Totally agree. Yeah.
But that's a very 70s. But then again, I haven't watched many 70s films, so it's hard for me to compare with other 70s film.
Yeah.
I'm more into like the 90s, 2000s.
Yeah.
But with the 70s, I know like endings like that were very popular, where he just like cuts out. He just cuts
Story
the
over.
freeze frame.
Credits. Yeah. Michael
Yeah.
Bay.
So you can't be like, oh, well, what was the happy ending? What was it? No, they didn't really do that back then.
Well, that kind of was the happy ending.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Like.
Or was the extended happy ending version?
Well, funny enough, that's what the audience kind of wanted. They want to know what happened to Rocky after losing to Apollo Creed in an exhibition match. And so, because of the big buzz of this movie, eventually encouraged Stallone to write a sequel. About 3 or 4 years later, I think it was.
1975 to 19... Yeah, it was like 1980 or something, wasn't it? Yeah.
Maybe.
Was it in the 80s when they made the second one?
Rocky 3 was 82. So it could have been 80 or 79.
Was it after Grease? That's the main thing, wasn't it? I reckon
think-
it would have been made after Grease.
Grease was the same year as this. I can't remember.
79, I thought. 78,
Okay.
79. But this is 75.
Yeah, 75, man.
So it's 41 years old.
No, this was 76. This was 76.
Right.
Yeah, sorry. It just starts in 75 and then goes over the year. What was I going to mention? Yeah, so those questions you just asked basically kind of get answered in Rocky 2. Which we will watch another time.
We'll do... The next one we do should be Rocky 2.
Yeah, we might as well just go through the whole of them, even if we have to go through the bad ones as well. There's not going to be one bad Rocky film. And
Or maybe next time, if we have more time, we can go through a marathon, just do 2 movies instead of 1.
you want to do 2? I'll come
Yeah.
back. I'll come here earlier.
But yeah,
Sure.
to come here at like 3 p.m.
Rocky 3 is the shortest of all the Rockies. So doing Rocky 2 and 3 would probably
Together?
be pretty good. Yep.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, we could do that. I was just gonna finish on. Yeah, I think I said it already. I'm gonna give the film an 8.
Yeah.
And that's a positive, very complimentary 8. I just personally enjoy some of the other Rocky films, ironically, more
I
than the
see.
original,
Yeah.
and for reasons I'll explain later. But yeah, I think the only thing is it's low budget for me, and like the sound department and even the fight choreography, the way it's framed could have been a bit more theatrical, not so much real, because the boxing as we go on just gets more and more ridiculous. All right, it's more for the entertainment and the spectacle. All right, but yeah, that's the only negative I can give the film is just its sound design. By the end of the film, is just, the sound of the punches don't really feel like there is anything happening. It's just, and you can tell they listen to their audience with that because in the next ones they give all the sound department you can imagine.
Right. The budget. The budget would have been like 10x. or
Oh, of
something,
course, yeah, they would have
100x.
given Stallone anything he wanted by then.
Right.
Because by then he did Rambo, and he was a skyrocketing superstar. So the budget for Rocky 2 is what the budget should have been for Rocky 1 had Stallone been a well-known person.
Yeah. But also thinking he didn't have any sparring partners in this film. We only see him training a little bit, and then we see the fight. If he had like some sparring partners where like, well, this is definitely what they do today. One sparring partner has a big ego and he tries to knock out Rocky or something like that, and Rocky's like, "Fuck you," you know, and then
Hey, yo.
a bit more in dynamics within the gym,
Mm.
and that would have been kind of nice to see.
Alright.
I would have liked to see a bit more training as well.
Mm.
Yeah, a little bit more of a montage, but back then there was no such thing as a training montage. Like that was the first one, basically.
Sport-wise, I think it
Sport-wise.
was, for sure, yeah. But trust me, during this adventure, you're going to get a lot of training montages. You might be sick of them by the end of it.
Yeah, okay. So have you watched them all back to back? I wonder
yeah.
how it would be like watching all like 1, 2, 3, and 4 like all in one, or and 5 all in one.
You
One
can
go.
see the transition of genre change. It's like
Does
it's like if the first one of these was The Godfather, the final one is Transformers.
Yeah. Like freaking.
You can see it becomes more about the spectacle than the actual story and some of the characters involved. Yeah. The films become a severe, but especially when they roll into the 80s, they become more thematical and a byproduct of the time, which was very over the top. kind of
Macho?
stuff. Oh,
Was it
extremely
macho?
macho. Yeah.
Oh, Macho was given
Yeah.
back then.
Masculinity for Rocky, especially in 3 and 4, is off the fucking charts. But yeah, again, they're an 80s film, so all the 80s gimmicks and cliches you can imagine roll into them as well. I'm looking forward to getting to them.
But I really liked in this film how Rocky's, especially in the first half of the film, how he's very his attitude and the way he acts when he knows he's like a nobody,
Mm.
kind of. I like the way he acts when he's becoming. Where in Rocky 2 and 3 and 4, he's already the top dog kind of thing, right?
Well, not in Rocky 2.
Not in Rocky 2. He's still kind of a nobody. Okay. But yeah, I liked like the first 20 minutes. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
Like all the different things. He's just like walking and saying like, you know what I mean? You know?
You know, all the catchphrases of the 70s, I suppose. But in the end, I think the draw card for Rocky is the character himself, Rocky. He is a character that has a pure heart. And he's not ever crude. He's not ever critical of anyone. He's always very positive and kind and selfless towards people, even to people that don't deserve it, like Paulie. You know what I mean? There's still moments in the film it's like you just want to smash Paulie in the mouth. But Rocky's still his best friend somehow.
Yeah, he's there freaking hitting stuff with a baseball bat, and Rocky's just sitting there like, oh, Jesus.
Yeah,
it's not my house. I can't really
Yeah,
accept
yo,
it."
Paulie, maybe we shouldn't do this tonight. I'll see you at the bar, Paulie.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
All right.
Want to wrap it up?
Yeah, wrap it up.
Cool.
Thank you everyone for watching this episode. If you watched it, a 2-hour video, and we'll see you guys on the next episode of Gibby's reviews for movies. I don't know.
Classic movies.
Classics.
Classic
Gibby's
reviews.
classics. There we go.
Jimmy's Classics. Yo.
All right. Oh, my last film was like 3 hours. American Gangster.
Yeah.
we got out of here like 11. You got out of here like 11.